Welcome back to the final part of the 2017 Smark Out Moment Awards. We have talked about all the WWE section, so now we need to get into the Smack Talk Awards. And as I alluded to in the previous section, this is going to be the last time that we do the Smack Talk Awards section. Because we have gotten to a point where we've diminished the amount of awards that there doesn't need to have its own section anymore. So unless something weird happens for the 2018 awards, the only two awards that are going to continue are going to be the best and the worst segment of the year and the best and the worst co-host of the year. But there are no more Did You Knows. And the t-shirts, there really aren't many designs that I'm probably going to be uploading, here and there. Not enough to warrant a whole award for that. And we don't really do the recurring joke stuff anymore. So really, what's the point kind of having its own separate section? So instead, next time around in the 2018 awards, that is going to be built into the feedback, and it'll just be a separate side thing at the end of the year. Mostly to cut down on the amount of time that we're doing this too, because this is a long-ass show that we record every single year. And it's a bitch to edit, it's a bitch for everybody to record, but we do have one more edition of these to get down. And we, of course, are going to start off with the best and the worst Did You Know joke of the year for the episode number 266 or whatever it was to start off until episode 300 where it was retired. And you guys voted, so I got your results here of the decision of the best and the worst. The best that was voted for this year was episode number 274, which is Fuck Finish.
That's my one. God,
if the fuck job is successful enough, which is a porn parody, more porn wrestling parodies will be made from previous storylines such as the Finger Bang of Doom, the Cock and Sock Connection, the Mass Transsex Incident, and the Mega Plowers Explode, and the source being some curtain jerker. That was actually one of my picks, too. One of my favorites. Yeah, you had the option that you could pick 5, so I picked 5 because I picked my 5 favorites, but that was definitely one of them. One of the other ones that I liked a lot, which this came in 3rd place, fourth place technically, was episode 292, the semicolon joke about the colognes with just a little play on, that kind of a little thing. Another one of my favorites was the shakeup does not equal the draft for episode number 280. After a round of intensive focus group testing, WWE realized it's time to shake things up again was a much better catchphrase than it feels like there's a draft in here. Number 289, the winner's purse. Instead of a briefcase, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match was originally going to be for a super cute tiny Coach purse, but none of the women on the SmackDown roster had the right shoes to match it. I thought that one was going to be a controversial kind of one, but I kind of liked it. And the other one that I had picked was 283, Toothless Aggression. Kane's absence from WWE will come into storylines when he is called upon to use his expert dentistry skills from his time as Isaac Yankem DDS to fix Jeff Hardy's missing tooth. And then R-Tooth, because I couldn't think of anything better. So the number 2 option that was picked for the people that were voting was number 266. It was me all along, Becky. Suspects for who La Luchadora will actually turn out to have been. Remember, La Luchadora was this year? It's crazy. Narrowed down to The Miz, Hulk Hogan, Hornswoggle, Dean Malenko, maybe even Brian Lee or Luke Gallows, but Stone Cold is convinced that it was Vince McMahon. And the third highest, that was tied to that, is the Brexit Brawl from 268. Given WWE's perpetual obsession with splitting tag teams, stables, and brands, the United Kingdom Championship has already been disbanded and will turn into 2 rosters for Ireland and England, both having their own titles. The last thing for 3rd place, because we don't want to go through the whole list here, is Better Than Perfect 10, number 270. Ty Dillinger calls himself the Perfect 10 and got a spot in the Royal Rumble. After seeing how this works, Curtis Axel has been requesting a new nickname of the Perfect 30th entrant and winner of the 2018 Royal Rumble to see if it works. So on the positive side of things, though, anybody else want to mention anything that they thought was kind of funny?
Yeah, I'd like to mention one of them, and it is the standard father-son angle, literally.
Can you blame Kurt Angle for knocking up Jason Jordan's mom? I hear she's a cute one. Because I love math puns. So there you go.
I know I voted for that one. I just can't remember where I did it for best or worst.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Geometry.
One of my favorites was episode 297, the Wrestling Bee's Knees. Stripper Queen Bee lashed out about Enzo Amore, not because of poor tipping, but because she heard Enzo's stinger was SAWFT. Source Enzo Amore and the search for the elusive certified G-spot. Because I like the G-spot puns with surrounding it.
Sometimes that's the only reason why I'll do them is for like the source or something. Which sometimes it's obvious. Any other ones? I'm trying to think if there's any other that stood out to me that I had liked, but those were the 5 that I had picked. No, I don't think there was any more that really stood out. I mean, obviously, to a certain extent, I liked some of them, and some of them I didn't like. My least favorite one, the one that I voted for, that I didn't like, was 287, the 20 cents. If I had a dime for every time I was responsible for attacking Enzo Amore, I'd have 2 dimes. I don't even fucking remember what that joke was about. So, since I don't remember what the joke was, I didn't find it funny this time around. The worst, though, of the year, we have a 3-way tie for the last place. 277, the fat pagening. Paige's nude photos weren't leaked through an iCloud hacking scheme. This is just Brad Maddox's new character. All the videos were just a viral marketing strategy of vignettes. Also, 273, very mysterious ice cream. Between The Rock suspiciously calling up CM Punk and Lana's Russian hacking skills, plans for the New Day's ice cream story could go in a lot of directions, but I still have my eye on Cesaro, reverting back to his old gimmick. I kind of like the pun, though, at the end of just we all screamed it. And something that
I get a reference for that one.
Yeah, wait, that was lost, the Cesaro thing?
Yeah, I had no idea what it was meant. Like, I read that one like 3 or 4 times and had absolutely no idea what it meant.
On the indie scene, he once went by the gimmick name Very Mysterious Ice Cream. I don't know why. That was his character for some reason. And the other one that's tied for last place is number 267, codenamed The Cleaner. Following in the footsteps of Drew Carey before him, it is not Kenny Omega who will be in this year's Royal Rumble, but actually Cedric the Sports Entertainer. I kind of like that one. What are other some bad ones that really were just like, God damn it, Tony, that's not fucking funny.
Oh, my least favourite was episode 285, Take a Dive. Randy Orton's problem with dive stems from his summer job as a lifeguard, where he developed a habit of telling people no diving, among other things. Just seems so. Okay, Randy Orton said something about dives. I've got to do something with this. What can I do?
Yeah, that's basically what it was. You could tell some of those weeks where it's just like, that's something that happened.
One that I didn't understand at all was 284. Due to a temporal shift, the NXT superstar formerly known as Dylan Miley will no longer go by the ring name Lars Sullivan, but rather Lars Fillmore. I don't get it.
Joke.
Oh yeah, that's from the movie series they did.
Yeah,
like the extended ones.
I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah,
the one where he splits into 2 different characters, and Lars Fillmore is one of them.
Yeah. I can't remember which one it is.
Wow,
but yeah,
that was lost on me.
It wasn't a good one. Paden, any positives or negatives you want to throw us out there?
No, I'm not too familiar with movies.
So let's move on to the best and the worst segment of the year. And I'm not too surprised with how this one panned out. The top choice that for the voting went to the pay-per-view point predictions, with number 2 being tie, the pay-per-view point post-show reviews, and play the game. I'm very happy that actually got up there, because I like play the game. That was one of my favorite ones for this year. Brand new segment, and we did it twice, 4 different segments. It's the concept in general one is the one that got the vote, because there were separate votes, because I kind of figured if somebody was like, oh, I really don't like, blind tags, let me put that as like the worst, but I don't want to vote play the game as the worst, like that kind of thing. I figured it would make sense to split it, but I like that people put that in there. And the third highest ranked was actually a 3-way tie between the current and future champions list, the mailbag, and the Sexiest Superstars tournament, which pretty much covers everything that I had put for my favorites, because I voted for mailbag, Sexiest Superstars tournament, play the game, the awards show, and call the spot. Because I like call the spot for some reason. I don't really know why. But those were my 5 picks. Keeping on the positive side of things for the segments, what were some of your favorite segments of the years of all the years, every year, that you guys had voted for?
My favorite is always the predictions. I think that's great. It's fun to just sort of throw out ideas with you guys and go back and forth, and then usually we're wrong half the time. So.
Especially what was it, SummerSlam or something like that? I think I got like everything wrong on that.
I like play the game. I thought that was a really good addition. Even though I wasn't part of it, I did enjoy listening to the Future Endeavors forecast and
One to watch?
predictions. Yeah, one to watch. Yeah, they were like
Coming up next week.
I always enjoy those ones because it sets you up for a year that could be, oh, I've made all these predictions about this guy, and then if they eventually flop or something, then you can just
Baron Corbin.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. In terms of a writing side of things as well, because obviously get involved from that side of things from time to time. The Triple Threats has been a very good addition as well. Just something that a lot of the writers have been getting involved with, letting their opinions go on that side of things. It's given me a very good platform to rant about Dolph Ziggler even more. So I'm happy with that.
There a favorite on your end, Paden?
Yeah, the one to watch is usually a pretty fun thing to do at the beginning of each year, because I was actually just looking back at my choices for this year, and I'm pretty happy with them. Looking back now, I had Asuka, Finn Balor. Maybe he didn't quite pan out so much, but I had Nakamura on there too, and I think he had a pretty decent year. So that's neat.
Mine didn't pan out.
Play the
Mine was
game.
Mojo.
Play the game's fun, but I think it would be a lot more fun if we were playing Whose Ass Is That?
Oh, if we get Wigo in there, I mean, nobody's going to win. Let's see. Or, did you have any other ones? Didn't want to cut
Whose Ass Is That? No, yeah, they're all pretty much fine. I mean, some of the stinkers we've gotten rid of, like the finisher versus finisher. I don't know when the last time we did that.
At least 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
we didn't do a Belt or Bury this year. We actually didn't do a Superstar Scores this year. I know a lot of people really, really like that. It just
Superstar Scores Buff Bagwell.
It just didn't come up enough.
Doesn't have to come up enough when Buff is the stuff.
We'll do it when he dies. How about that? So 2018.
How did the Sporkle trivia quizzes do?
They ended up with a positive score, but about the lower end of the middle.
I think those are fun, but they're frustrating as a viewer.
Yeah, they're not. They're not like something that I would expect a lot of people to be super into. It's mostly something that I kind of tend to do on a week where I know that I'm going to be like swamped and I can do it ahead of time. So a little bit of information behind the scenes with that kind of stuff. Sometimes I'll be traveling and it's like, am I going to really try to like record up in New York or something? Like, it's a little too hard to do that. But I'm actually surprised that there wasn't a little bit more love given to the Scramble, the 300th episode, just random talk, because a lot of people seem to want that. And a lot of people like the all talk show. A lot of people like the mailbag stuff. So it was essentially just that, but more focused on wrestling. And that ended up with a perfect 0 score. Just nobody voted for it as positive or negative. It's the only thing that got a 0 out of like that kind of thing. Everything else kind of like it either balanced out. Like Future Endeavors forecast ended up with a 0, just as many positives as negatives. Same with Triple Threat, Superstar Spotlight. And I'm sure some of these are voted for on the negative side or not voted for on the positive because people aren't necessarily aware of it. Like, who really, if you only check out Smack Talk, do you really know too much about like Cheap Pop and Cheap Heat or, something like that? But I am not surprised at all about what was voted the least favorite. And it's the thing that I voted for least favorite. And I'm pretty sure everybody else did too. The rest hold.
Mhm.
Good thing that thing's gone. I tried to figure out any way to do it. But my other vote for my least favorite was the Ask Him. I just got sick and fucking tired of doing that. And that's actually second place for worst. And then it's kind of a tie between the ratings reports, which, yeah, that's just an SEO type thing. Going over, which I don't think many people really know what it is, but that's just the generic wrestling talk. So, whatever. And the Sign Me Up, which is like, oh, come on. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Someone that was kind of up to the top that I wasn't expecting is actually in fourth place was Heel or Face. I didn't think people were really all that much into that, but
I voted for that as my worst.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. I figured that was something that, wasn't going to get on the higher end. And I mean, that got a higher score than like TV coverage. It got a higher score than fantasy booking. I thought fantasy booking was something that was going to be a little bit higher up. Even a higher score than the commentaries, the Smark Announce table. So between that and, some of the information going here forward, it makes me kind of readjust a little bit less focus on, say, maybe we're not going to do a remake over and repackage, but maybe we'll do another Heel or Face or something like that. It's all for information about that kind of stuff. Real quick, I wanted to mention about the t-shirt section. I forgot that I had actually put that in there. I didn't really expect that to be a poll this year. So for the people that did vote, as far as if you wanted to know how that turned out, the worst that was voted was the Emma chewing gum. Probably because this is fucking mean-spirited, but I like that design. And the best was Eat, Sleep, Repeat, which keeps getting taken down by WWE. They are fucking adamant about that. They do not want me selling that shirt. I don't know why. Secondary was Vote The Rock for 2020. That sells more shirts than almost anything. And mugs and stuff too. So, hey, if The Rock does vote, if he does run, it seems like he's going to get some votes. The most important thing we have to talk about here, as far as the poll goes, is the best and the worst co-host of the year, or I guess more so the ranking of the co-hosts of the year. So your options for this year were Angie, Calen, Callum, Caroline, Drew, Gianna, Mike, Sean, and Wago. And out of that, I have the full breakdown of the weighted scale that I had done the previous year and possibly the year before that too, I think. So same setup as the last time. It was you got X amount of points if you got voted for the favorite, X amount of points for second favorite, and, balanced it out, did the average kind of thing like that. In last place, 9th place, was Gianna. Not too shocked. She was only on like one episode. A lot of people are probably just like, I don't remember her, that kind of a thing. 8th place was Caroline, who was only a part of 2 or 3 episodes or something like that. Both of them only really participated in the Sexy Superstars tournament. So if you didn't check that out, then you have no idea, what they were necessarily. In 7th place, Drew.
What?
Wow. You forgot to vote this year.
The Drew crew did not come to the polls this year.
They did not. He only lost he and Caroline were a difference of 5 points. And we're talking about points that are in like the highest scored point was 460 and the lowest was 236. So it was that close between Caroline and Drew.
I'm still shocked we haven't heard Sean's name yet.
Well, in 6th place was Angie. Pretty decently beating out Drew. Enough that it's like there's like a jump up between Drew and Angie.
Just like in a physical fight.
Yeah, pretty much. With a little bit of a bump up, we've got 5th place is Paden.
What'd you say about my bump?
It's a little bit. That's what I said. In 4th place is Sean. Now that's a big jump actually between
I want
Mike
to
and
recount.
The difference between that is 326 for Paden and 383 for Sean. Then it gets a little bit tighter. In third place, Calen.
Speaking of tighter.
With 400 points, the first to crack the 400.
Woo!
Which means
400.
we are down to the first and second place is between Wago and Callum. And one scored 409, so very close to Calen. And one scored 460. So
Holy
the
shit.
biggest gap between everybody, including the gap between Caroline and Jonna, which was 298 versus 236. It's kind of a big jump there. Or no, that math doesn't work out. You know what I mean? But in second place with 409, Wago.
Yeah.
So with 460 points, your vote for the best co-host of the year, Callum.
Wow.
First year doing it, and he wins.
He really won over the India population with all his positive speak about the Singh brothers.
That was it. No, I think even if he didn't come in first, I was going to say that Callum deserves a shout out because I think he's probably numbers wise done the most shows with you.
Probably.
And putting up with Tony, all those shows by yourself. I know you've done a lot with just Tony. You deserve a shout out for that.
It's a
Because
testament.
he can be kind of a bastard. So,
And everybody gets one.
Well, at this point, has anybody that's been a regular, has anybody not won?
Yeah, I think he's the only one who hasn't gotten one yet, unless you're counting like Miguel.
Yeah, well, I mean, come
Paden,
on.
have you actually won one yet?
Yeah, I think he won the first one.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I think
No,
he won the
Calen.
first one.
Oh,
Oh, Calen.
Calen?
I don't
Calen
know.
won.
I'm always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
No, I think did Calen
Did I win? I don't
this year?
remember.
I thought he won like maybe last year or 2 years ago.
Possibly.
I think last year was Wago.
Maybe 2 years ago then. I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure mostly everybody's won.
Yeah.
I have
We're
the
all- we're all
trophy
winners.
somewhere.
We're all
Yeah,
winners.
I think the trophy's in my den.
Yeah.
I'm very
So-
pleased that I do appreciate the fact that I've been taken in by the Smack Talk audience.
Oh, you've been
I was-
taken in, all right.
I was a little worried that I was going to get some sort of like, oh, he finishes in 7th place. We need to get him off the podcast immediately. But no, I do appreciate that.
Yeah,
So thanks to everyone that
so
voted.
that is it for like the poll side of things. The only thing else that I need to really break down for you guys is just our usual recap of what the end of the year like perspective is, looking back on how things kind of panned out for the website in general and stuff, just to give you guys a little bit of a insight for that kind of thing. We thankfully had positives. If that would be really depressing if it was just kind of like, and we didn't get many page views and stuff, but no, we had a 19% increase in subscribers on the YouTube channel. So more YouTube subscribers right now than ever on the channel, which is good considering their algorithm is garbage and that they remove people all the time and do a bunch of stuff like that. But hey, it's another positive. About the same growth as last year, and the year before that, which is kind of interesting. And sort of the same when it comes to the page views. 34% increase in page views. We ended this year, at least as far as right now is concerned, we started off with about 10 million views on the website. And right now we're over 15 million. So 15 million and like 200 something, 300 something thousand or so like that. So 5 million page views for this year. I'm not going to balk at that whatsoever. As far as the top post of the year, the top video of the year was the WrestleMania 33 predictions. I'm not too surprised about that. It's the biggest pay-per-view of the year, and people are doing predictions and stuff, so that makes sense. But the top post of the year is actually the top post in the entire website's history ever, which is the 2017 Royal Rumble predictions. There's only one thing that beats that out, and it's technically a page on the website, and that's the recurring schedule of the pay-per-views for the entire year, because that's been the same thing for like the entire history of the website. But the 2017 Royal Rumble predictions soundly beats out any other post that's ever been on the website. So a lot of people tuning in to the predictions when it came to that. Hopefully those same people and more tuning in to the 2018 Royal Rumble predictions, which are going to be coming up pretty fast because this is the end of December, so we only have a little bit of time. We introduced a couple new segments this year, the Smack Talk Scramble, the Smark Madness tournament, which is going to be returning. I haven't quite decided what the tournament idea is going to be yet. We did best finishers the last time, so if you guys have any suggestions, then let me know in the Mega Maniacs. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you'd kind of like to see for a random tournament. Hopefully something that we can narrow down to 32, because if it's like the best wrestlers ever, then it's like, oh my god, how are we going to fucking pick? Maybe best tag teams, maybe best entrance music, maybe best, I don't know. I mean, any suggestions that you guys have? And we introduced the Play the Game this year, so all 4 of the sub segments for those: Blind Tag, Smark's Choice, Wed Better Dead, and the Superstar or Porn Star, which now that I said that, this probably is going to get flagged, because that's what happened recently in a recent thing. But yeah, so all in all, struggle of a year in certain things. YouTube started that whole thing with demonetization for a lot of different videos, and that really kind of hit both Fanboys and Smark Out Moment, and that hurts the channel in the future as well, and maybe some things are going to change when it comes to that, but still got through it, and got through it with your support and everything like that. So I want to thank everybody for sending in their feedback, for sending in their support, for checking out the website, checking out the YouTube channel, and just kind of going along with the process for 2017. And hopefully in 2018, we'll be looking back and we'll be like, oh shit, this was like, even better than that. You never know. Yeah, so that's it for 2017 as far as the recap goes. Anything you guys want to toss out there? Plug-wise, or just about anything, I guess? Awards-wise, or Smark Out Moment-wise, or...
I guess I'll start as the co-host of the year for this year.
It's going to be one of your many responsibilities. You're also going to have to go on like these promotional gigs, and
Mm-hmm. You also have to do the outro.
It's been great to be part of the team now. I do appreciate everyone that's listened and checked out all the videos and posts on the website as well, because as someone who's written for Smark Out Moment for quite a few years now, it is nice to see people tuning in and checking out some of the weekly segments. We have a very strong and capable writing team that do produce some very good work, and hope that it is being appreciated by a lot of people here. So obviously people like Gabby, Jordan, Rob, Ben, loads of other people that are just like constantly producing decent work. So hopefully that continues going into the future. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at Wigmeister14. And yeah, thanks for a great year, 2018. Hopefully it's better than this one.
Calen, Paden, go for it.
Yeah, I'll go. First of all, thanks to everybody who's been listening this whole year. Thanks for sticking with Smark Out Moment and listening to all of our silly shows. And of course, I'm always involved with Northwest Ohio Wrestling. You can check us out in Toledo, Ohio. If you're anywhere in the area, come check us out. We do shows at least once a month. Check out Northwest Ohio Wrestling on Facebook. And, check out all the crap that these guys have got going too. When your comments below on all the YouTube stuff, make sure you leave lots of comments. Let us know what you think about the shows, what you like, what you don't like, because we like to make shows that you want to listen to. So give us your feedback. We can make the shows even better. So thanks for 2017. We'll see you in 2018.
Sometimes we like to make the shows that you guys don't like, just to get a reaction.
Yeah, sometimes.
Once in a while. Paden?
Unfortunately, I am on downtime right now. My motherboard had some problems, and I'm sending it in for RMA But I am going to be back up streaming video games almost every night of the week over on Mixer. That's mixer.com/MRPADEN. That's Mr. Paden. Of course, all you wrestling fans will be most interested in MPW. The Christmas Dragon made his miraculous return just in time for the season and won the Mixer title. Get caught up with everything going on the MPW network on YouTube. That's youtube.com/MPW network. First month is free, as well as every month following. So check that out there. Check it live on Mixer, archived on YouTube, and good times ahead. Stay woke, fam.
Alrighty, guys. For my side of things, obviously on the Smark Out Moment spectrum, just keep checking smarkoutmoment.com itself. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Smark Out Moment. If you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Be one of those people that's going to be a part of the increase for next year of the year-end review. And if you will do that, go ahead and ring the bell for notifications if you want to be aware of when we post our next videos, which the next thing that is going to be coming up is going to be the one to watch and the future endeavors forecast for the year. So stay tuned for that kind of stuff. And if you want to follow me separately on other kind of things, there's fanboysanonymous.com for the movie review type stuff that I do, or A Mango Tree for everything, or Tony Mango for essentially me. Yeah, so big thanks to everybody for all the support, as always. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think about all these different things that we got going on, and we will see you when we see you. Hopefully you guys have a good holiday season, and Happy New Year, and yeah, 2018. Let's kick some ass, all right?
Woo.
So, this has been another Smark Out Moment, and we are being counted out.